Back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a comparison between the e.l.f. Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener and the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector. So the Becca times Smashbox Under Eye Brightening Corrector. So if you want to see how these two products compare on my under eyes, please keep on watching. e.l.f. Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener retails at Walmart, which is where I got it from, for $8.95, and it also retails on obviously the e.l.f. website for $8. I got this in medium tan. It comes in 6 shades. You get 0.14 ounces or 4.2 grams, and it's in a plastic container. The Smashbox times Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, I got it from Sephora. It retails for $45. It comes in 4 shades, and you get 0.15 or 4.5 grams, 0.15 fluid ounces or 4.5 grams, and I picked it up in the shade medium. And it comes in a glass container. So this is what they look like side by side. So this is the e.l.f. obviously, and this is Becca. This is what they look like. So this is in medium tan, the e.l.f., and this is the Becca in medium. So I'm going to do a swatch. This is e.l.f. and this is Becca. First thought is that the e.l.f. is more thin in its consistency, has a bit less pigment when it's swatched, and it's also a thinner consistency, a bit more oily, while the Becca is more flesh tone, peachy, thicker consistency, and is a bit more pigmented than the e.l.f. Now let's try the products on my under eye. So I'm gonna put the e.l.f. on my right side, and I'm gonna put the Becca on my left side. This is the e.l.f. So it's a little bit more thin. So I'm just gonna apply. Bend so I can get the hollows under my eye where the darkest parts are. On my right side, I've applied the e.l.f. corrector compared to my left eye, which does not have any product on. So what do you guys think? A bit shiny under my eye. It has corrected some of my darkness under my eye as well. The tone is okay, it's not bad, but I think that I couldn't wear this on its own going out because the shininess so far is attracting. It's reflecting light under my eyes because it's so shiny, so it's noticeable that I'm wearing something under my eye, which I don't want. So the direction of the e.l.f. says to awaken your under eyes with illuminating pearls and color correcting tones. The medium coverage putty balm formula brightens the appearance of dark circles and creates a smooth canvas for concealer. Directions: gently pat into under eye area with fingertips and blend outward. Follow with concealer. So it's meant to be worn under concealer. But as you guys know, I don't really wear concealer on top of my corrector. I'm always looking for a corrector that it's one step, easy peasy. So it does say illuminating pearls, which is not something that if you have dark circles under your eyes, you don't want those under eyes to be highlighted. So I'm going to apply another layer to see if this product is buildable. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more. So I put another thin layer. What I'm noticing quite quickly is that the e.l.f. corrector is settling into my fine lines, and this is probably most likely due to the consistency. Because it is of a thinner consistency, it's definitely gonna settle into any fine lines that you may have. So I'm gonna actually now blend it out with a brush to see if that maybe will take away the shininess that is under my eye. Also to help pick up any excess product that may be there that has settled into my fine lines. So that's done. What do you guys think? Like, there has been a difference. It doesn't show, like the camera, even though I have no filter on this camera, any camera has a filter regardless. And what I see in person versus what I see in camera, there's a little bit of a difference. So on camera, I can see that this eye looks like bright, and this eye does not look as bright. And in person, like it's there, like there's a difference, but it's not as much of a difference as it shows on camera versus in person. And it's still shiny, so I'm gonna let that sit and see if the shine goes away while I go on and test the Becca under eye corrector. So I'm gonna now put on the Becca corrector underneath my left eye. So this is a thicker consistency. If you can see that, it's thicker. And then also with that being thicker, it's also stickier. So I'm going to apply this. Okay, so that is the Becca applied. What do you guys think? So after applying the Becca, what I'm noticing is that it has provided more coverage in one application than the e.l.f. has. Like it's very similar. In e.l.f. I put 2 applications on, and Becca I've only done 1. So it provides similar coverage. It's also quite shiny as well under my eyes. I don't know if you can see the shininess. Like it hasn't settled as quickly into my fine lines, like it's settling, but because the consistency is thicker, it's not settling as fast. Like it's gonna get there regardless. Like I have fine lines, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna add another layer of the Becca in the medium to my under eyes to see if it's buildable. And then I'm going to use my brush just to make sure it's blended. Okay, so what do you guys think? So Becca says that the first of its kind full coverage cream corrector completely eradicates the appearance of under eye darkness by brightening and evening skin tone. Infused with ultra fine light reflecting illuminators, this rich luminescent cream won't settle into fine lines or wrinkles and preps skin for smooth, even concealer coverage. To prevent product from drying out, keep cap tightly closed. So the Becca says that this is a full coverage product. It also says it's illuminating and it's also meant to wear under a concealer. But if I'm looking at them, comparing them side by side, I find that the Becca is a medium coverage. I find that it's doing the same as the e.l.f. product. It's both illuminating. They're both brightening. When I say brightening, oily brightening, like shiny brightening. And like I said, I don't want that under my eyes. I don't want people to know that my under eyes are being highlighted. What I can say is that after applying the Becca under eye corrector, the e.l.f. is still quite shiny and quite oily looking under my eyes. While the Becca is not as oily, it's still brightening, but not as much. I find that they've done the same amount of coverage after applying 2 layers. I find it's buildable, but I don't think that you can add like a 3rd or 4th layer on top of this to get more coverage. I don't think it goes any more than that. What I would say that if you do want to get more buildable coverage, I think that you would have to either set this under your eye with like a powder and then apply another layer on a more matte surface in order to get more coverage if that is what you're looking for. They both settle into fine lines. It said Becca doesn't, but it definitely does. If you have fine lines, I repeat, if you have fine lines, it's going to settle. So it doesn't matter what a product says. It's really the makeup of your skin under your under eyes, what is going to happen with the product when it's placed on top. Just a quick recap. e.l.f. retails for $8 on the e.l.f. website. It is 0.14 fluid ounces, or you get 4.2 grams. You can also pick this up at Walmart as well. It comes in 6 shades. I got the medium tan for the e.l.f. It has medium coverage. You can build it up. The pigment is okay, and it's going to settle into your fine lines. For the Becca, it retails for $45. You can pick it up at Sephora. It comes in 4 shades. It has a thicker consistency. It has more pigment once swatched, but once applied, I find that it is a medium coverage. You can build it up, settles into fine lines. It is not full coverage. For me, I would say medium coverage. So my final thoughts, if you're thinking about picking up either or, I would say definitely get the e.l.f. over the Becca. The end result is the same. You get the same type of coverage, the same weight of product you get. The color is very similar. Not that much of a difference once applied. And they both come out shiny. They both settle into fine lines. So if you're not looking for that, but you do want the coverage of both, I would say get e.l.f. It is $8 or $9 at your local Walmart. Yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you in deciding which one you would get, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye everyone.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you